I will just have a sip of you. Oh yeah, now you're talking my language. If you have ever changed the oil on an RB motor, you will know that it just fucking sucks, to be honest. It is truly one of the worst, messiest jobs ever. It honestly feels like your life for a period of about an hour just becomes one of those infomercials where you see people that are trying to do regular things and you just can't. If you know a car with a worse oil filter location than the RB, leave me a comment down below, because I'd be very interested to see if the RB can be rivaled because I can't see it. It's the worst thing ever. So what's the solution? Well, we are going to get this bad boy and get all of this out of the way. This is obviously the intake manifold. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is dive headfirst into your 10, 12 and 14 mil spanners, ratchets, sockets, every combination of those, and rip in. There's no way to sugarcoat that. There is a lot of hype around getting the intake manifold off. In my personal experience, piece of piss. It was absolutely nothing compared to doing twins. So if you've done twins, don't even break a sweat about it, you won't. Now the intake's off, the actual job itself is very simple and actually really easy. You just need to be able to access it all. So what we do now is, for the last time in your life, dive into where that OEM oil filter is, unbolt it from the side of the motor, and watch oil go everywhere on top of the transfer case and drip down to the gearbox for the very last time. Perfect. Now that that's done and everything's cleaned up and we have cleaned everything that is kind of around where we're going to be working, we can dive into actually assembling our oil filter relocation kit. And this thing is a really nice thing. So let's jump in. Just spent the last 2 days of my life scraping old 20-year-old gasket off everything. We are here. There is a bit of craziness going on the bench. Obviously the manifold is off. There's just no question about that. The manifold is coming off if you're doing this. But anyway, let's jump in. Let's have a look at what we're doing. So in front of me here, I have the Tarks oil filter relocation kit. And this is, in every sense of the word, you get what you pay for. It is a very, very nice thing. It comes with literally everything you need to do this relocation if you're using all of the OEM sensors, or if you're getting rid of all of the OEM sensors and you're plugging everything up. Anyway, first things first, we are going to assemble this. This is the part that goes onto the side of our block. And step number one in our instructions is install these two O-rings. One is situated on the inside here, and that actually sits against the motor. And then the other one, I am guessing, yeah, goes around here. Goes around this outside edge. So one in here and one in here. So we'll put them on. So we're now under the car now, and I just wanted to have a quick chat about the whole relocation really. This is actually where we're relocating it to. There is a lot of people out there that relocate them to the strut towers, other weird spots. I'm not a big fan of it. I would rather just not see it ever again. The only downside I can see of this is there is one OEM factory hole here. You can see the adjacent one over this side. Obviously you could use one, that's a bit cowboy. So you have to drill one more hole into this support here. So what I've just done is make up this bracket.
a baby.
And as you guys will notice, it is black, but take my word for it, it is actually 6mm stainless steel plate under there. I just wanted to paint it black because it's black. Now, what's gonna happen is, I will just have a sip of you. Oh yeah. Now you're talking my language. If you're wondering why, I have just put a bit of tape around there because that's gonna center it up in that hole, because that's going to best reflect the nutset. And then our oil filter relocation is going to sit something along the lines of that, with that hole just there. And then I'm not going to put it there, but that's going to sit there like that. And then that is going to be happy days. This is a little bit exciting / nerve-wracking for me. These will be the first AN speedflow lines that I have made myself that I actually have to rely on. So what better place to start than the oiling system on an RB26? Can't wait. All right, so happy with how that turned out. I think they turned out wicked. The actual process of doing it. So 100 series is really nice and malleable. It's really nice and easy to work with. It did everything I wanted it to do. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. They both follow the body line of the chassis like perfectly. And then as far as the actual overall outcome of never having to change an oil filter up against the block again, the best. You just don't, unless you know, you have no idea how much of a pain in the ass it is. But as I said, really happy with how that all turned out. If this is your thing, make sure you leave a comment below. Even if it's not your thing, leave a comment below. It seriously helps way more than you would think. So I'm gonna go have another 15 of these, seeing as I don't have to do anything else tonight. And I'll see you on the next one. Badass.
Ever since you shut the door on everything we knew, you're too late for love,
She's gonna bark. I can tell she's not happy with something. Stop it. If you have ever Oi! Come here. One doggo. You gonna bark? No, you're not gonna bark now, are you?